Hello, what up, YouTube Live? How's it going? All right, so uh, the Oscars just got done or just got over right now. Um, and I figured I'd give you my out of uh, out of the theater. I was not at Dolby Theater. My live post ceremony reaction to you. So Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, that was a no-brainer. I think everybody predicted that. There was no surprise there. But what was memorable were the moments along the way. Like I'm Just Ken musical performance by Ryan Gosling. That was fantastic. I tweeted that it's probably not gonna win Best Song, and it did not win Best Song, but it did win best musical performance of that night. It win us over. Like everybody was just captivated and charmed by Ryan Gosling's performance in that song. Um, but let's get through some of the surprises here. So my prediction, if you ask me, I got at least about 70% of it spot on. I predicted that The Boy and the Heron was gonna win Oscar for Best Animated Feature, and it did. Uh, I and I predicted that Dave Vine, Joy Randolph was gonna win Best Supporting Actress. She did. Robert Downey Jr. was gonna win Best Supporting Actor. He did. Cillian Murphy winning Best Actor. He did. Christopher Nolan won Best Directing. He did, and Oppenheimer for Best Picture. The surprise was, well, part of it was Emma Stone winning Best Actress. I gotta say, man, I hated the movie Poor Things. You know me. I think I've already I've said that to you 1,000 times. I've been clear before that I hated Poor Things. Poor Things was terrible movie in my opinion. But Emma Stone's performance in that film was terrific. So did she deserve her Oscar win? Yes, but ah, that still should have gone to Lily Gladstone. What a missed opportunity on the Oscars part to potentially give that honor to the a Native American actress. Because who knows when another Native American will get that same nomination anymore? You know, it takes like what? How many years for till now do we get the first ever nominated actress from Native American? And we're never gonna get that chance anymore probably. You know, because how many films made every year that features Native American actors in such a caliber, such a role. So it's a missed opportunity in my opinion. I'm happy for Emma Stone, but that should have gone to Lily Gladstone. Just like last year, I was happy for Jamie Lee Curtis, but that honor should have gone to Angela Bassett. I think a lot of you can agree with me on this. So that's how I felt about that whole thing. That surprise, at least. Um, I just want to say next to Ryan Gosling's "I'm Just Ken" musical performance, the most memorable moment was John Cena. Okay. And I screenshot that for you. I posted it on the YouTube community for you guys to see. If you did not get to watch tonight's ceremony, John Cena and Jimmy Kimmel had a bit about because John Cena was presenting costume design, get it, and it was an honor or not honor. It was an homage to decades ago when a nude streaker ran across the stage at the Oscars. So John Cena was gonna do that. That was the bid, but he was embarrassed. But then he came on the stage anyway, fully naked. But let's keep it real here. He was not really fully naked. Like he was, I'm sure that has some sort of like a body double suit or whatever that he was wearing in that in the place of his pants or shorts. But he looked seemingly naked, and dang, that was probably the most one of the most memorable highlights from tonight's ceremony. Kudos to John Cena, man. John Cena pulling that off, that was amazing. Um, I know that uh, we gotta give mad kudos to John Cena for willing to do that. Like I told you that I hated that movie Ricky Stenicki, but the lengths to which he would go for his character, like tonight, the lengths to which he would go for that bit, it's amazing. It speaks volumes of John Cena as a comedic genius, and who would have thought, that a pro wrestler could be that of a comedy gem. But that was awesome, awesome, awesome moment. Another moment that I loved was Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito going up on the stage, and I thought that I tweeted like, "What is this? What is this? A twin sequel? A junior sequel? Because I'm in. Let me know if it's a twin sequel." But they were there to pretty much make fun of Michael Keaton in the audience. They have this whole thing about Batman villains. Even though, as we all know, Arnold was Mister Freeze. Um, Not when Michael Keaton was Batman. Arnold was Mister Freeze when George Clooney was Batman. So, but it's the whole Batman Rogue thing, the whole joke, and Michael Keaton play along. That was fantastic. That was fantastic. So yeah, those are the top three memorable moments. I think I'm just Ken with Slash showing up from Guns N' Roses. Fantastic. Um, John Cena appearing naked on stage. Fantastic. And Arnold, Danny, and Michael Keaton. Absolute gold, both of them. Um, but yeah, surprise Emma Stone. We talked about that. The not so surprise, as we all know, Billie Eilish winning her second Oscar, just like Emma Stone winning her second Oscar. So no surprise there. Um, what else? What else? What else? You know what? My theory is when it comes to like live action short or or animated short or documentary short, I'm betting you that a lot of these Academy voters, they they actually did not watch any of those titles. Um, they just probably, I'm sure some of them watch it, but I think most of them are just like they notice that the name Wes Anderson is listed as a nominee, so they just like check the box. You know what I'm saying? And then they notice like the animated short that won War is Over. They notice that that's based on John Lennon and Yoko Ono, and they just check the box. I'm betting you. I'm willing to bet that that is a lot of the motivators, reasons, however you want to put it, for why those specific titles won those categories. Um, it's mostly name recognition, as opposed to the voters actually have watched the documentary short or live action short or animated short, because I'm betting you they did not. They just saw Wes Anderson name. They just saw, oh, it's based on John Lennon, Yoko Ono. I know about them. They're famous. Okay, boom. That's all it is. um, Now, some of the jokes. So let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. He was fantastic, and he proved once again why you know he kept doing this year after year. He's one of the best at this. Um, you know, we can have a separate argument about how he hosted the Emmy. I think when he was doing the fake planking thing on the floor. That was controversial. But as far as hosting, I mean, that was just smooth operator. Tonight, Jimmy Kimmel was just smooth operator, and like he just like hit the target every single time. Even the jokes in between the segments, between the presenting, that was fantastic. The jokes during the monologue also great, excellent, excellent. That line when he said, um, "Ryan, Margot, you may not win tonight, but you won the gene pool because they're so beautiful people." And I think Jimmy Kimmel said something about Ryan. I want to go camping with you and not tell let's go camping together and not tell our wives. That was great. That was great. That was great. Kudos to the joke writers who the team as well behind Jimmy Kimmel today. Messi, the dog, at the Oscars stole the scenes. Messi was fantastic, and they had this little fake pause of him clapping. That was so cool. Um, it's so sad though that Ryan Gosling had this amazing, amazing segment with Emily Blunt, because they're in that movie, The Fall Guy, coming up this summer about stuntman, and they were honoring stunt performers and honoring stunt coordinators. They're giving them shout out, but they're not giving them Oscars. So I was like, oh, we salute you, but when are we gonna get the category for the stunt performers and coordinators? When? So that definitely gives, like, that whole bit was great. Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling back and forth. That was fantastic. Barbie, Oppenheimer. But then when they said, like, we salute you, stunt coordinators, stunt performers, it's a hint about their upcoming movie, The Fall Guy, but it's also like a jab at the Academy. Like, why haven't you guys created the category for stunts yet? Like, when will it happen? So it's kind of bittersweet in a way, that moment. Um, I'm happy for Hayao Miyazaki. I noticed that a lot of people on Twitter were so outraged that Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse did not win. But come on, guys. Hayao Miyazaki is a war darling, and Spider-Man already won for Into the Spider-Verse. It would have been nice if the sequel won it too, but it's not like they haven't won the Oscar. The filmmakers won the Oscar like a few years ago. So, um, what else? What else? So I was not too bummed out about Spider Across the Spider Verse not winning. I was not one of those people. Um, oh, one last thing. One last thing. The format. As nice as it was listening to all the previous winners um, saying nice things about the nominees for acting categories. It took too long, man. It was too long. It was a format that they had a few years ago. That was the same format that they had a few years ago. I want to say 5, 6 years ago, if you remembered. And I can't believe they brought it back. I was like, why? Like, why go back to this old format again? Dang it. Um, it took too long. We could have, like, just gone straight to the I know a lot of people are gonna disagree with me on that. Maybe people are like, oh, I want to listen to Ben Kingsley praising Killian Murphy. I want to listen to Sam Rockwell praising Robert Downey Jr. That's fine and dandy, but you know, uh, we always talk about, like, oh, the Oscars going on too long. The Oscars are like 3 hours. Like, oh, can we cut it down? Like, don't cut down the musical performances. Don't cut down the short categories, or the don't cut down on the way they don't go to commercials for that. But you can cut down this part. Like, it doesn't need to have, like, five people saying, like, five separate speeches about the nominees. um and it's just like, why gotta feed into their egos? They're actors. They already have their egos stroke. And they're multi-million dollars people, like, it's just like you're turning these previous Oscar winners into some kind of film critics. The way they speak on stage, like, oh, your performance in Oppenheimer illuminated me, and the way it was brilliant and riveting. Like, what are you, a YouTuber, a film critic? What? Who wrote this? Is the variety film critics write these speeches? I don't know. It's just like, I just don't like that format, in my opinion. So, but that's just my opinion. Um, so overall, I thought, if I were to give a grade, ooh, let's see, the whole ceremony would be B. All right. Maybe B plus a little bit, if I could be generous. And I would give the B to Jimmy Kimmel. Now, if you want numbers, okay. The overall ceremony tonight was 7.5 out of 10. 7.5. That's me being generous. And Jimmy Kimmel's monologue, Jimmy Kimmel as a host, I would give him 8 out of 10. I thought he was terrific. Um, and I love that it started an hour early. That was great, and I hope it's like that every year. Why didn't they think of this before? Starting at 4 o'clock, that was great. That was so great, and it ended 7:15 or something like that. That was so great. You don't feel like you're drained. You know what I'm saying, watching it. So that was cool. So yeah, and that's my reaction to tonight's Oscar ceremony to 2024. Congrats to all the winners. I'm so sad about Lily Gladstone not winning, but I'll get over that sadness. And congratulations to Vanessa Hudgens on her belly bump, the pregnancy. She looked fantastic pregnant. Too bad I'm not her baby daddy. Lucky bastard that guy is. All right, thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Where's that? Okay, and as always, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Let's rock this.